Confusion and copying. What's really going on in math education today? That's what we'll be talking about in this episode of The Math Rebel. I've been in the classroom as a teacher or substitute teacher for many years, this time consistently over 15. Started in college, had some experience in the military, in the high-tech field, and I've always gone back to the classroom. I've always been able to teach math. And even as a substitute, I've been able to get requested to do math classes, take them over when the teacher wasn't out, and they knew I can take over for a week or so and the kids would not lose any time. And this happened a couple years ago. I had an Algebra 2 class, and the student in question was a junior, a boy. The young man came up to me with a problem. And the problem I helped work through, and at the end it had 2x equals 12, which meant that 2 times whatever x is equals 12. And so I asked, what do you do? And he says, divide both sides by 2. And I said, okay. So now you have 12 divided by 2. What's that? And he just sat there and he looked at me. I said, okay, well 2 times what equals 12? And he looked and he goes, 5? I said, no. 2 times 5 equals 10. 2 times what equals 12? And he looked, 7? I said, no. 2 times what equals 12? Now I was in the artillery as an officer, and so I figured he got it bracketed so he'd get it. And he stared at me. And I looked at him kind of, come on. And he couldn't get it, so I had to tell him it was 6. Why is it that a student, a junior, does not know that simple mathematical computation? I've been talking to a lot of students, even some people that just around town doing this and that, and I get asked, okay, what do you do? Tell them I'm a math teacher, and they'll look at me like, they give you this look. Math teachers will know the look, and then they got to confess how much they hated math. And students in high school are the same way. But how does a student get up to that level as a junior with such poor knowledge and poor mathematical skills? It goes something like this. At some point in time in elementary school, they're in math class and they kind of think, I have no idea what's going on. They're confused, they're lost, they don't get it. Math is this big confusing thing to them. They look around and they realize most of the other students don't have any idea what's going on. But what happens is they luck out and they got maybe 1 or 2 students. They get it. And they all copy. That's how they get through. They get through. They don't learn. They don't master. It's sad. Take a look at this following simple algebra problem.
Factor 14x minus 49.
That problem, if the child has proper mathematical skills and is taught correctly, is a 5-second problem that can be done easily, simply, and I've seen it when I've worked with students and taught them how to do it. They can get into a rhythm and knock off 20 problems in a few minutes. They even get amazed at themselves that they can do this. However, if the student has poor mathematical skills, poor computational skills, that problem is frustrating, stressful, and math becomes not something to learn, but a hoop to jump through. Just an obstacle to overcome. to graduate high school, not to learn. This is what's happening. I've talked to a lot of students. They told me yes. That's what happens. They don't get it, they copy off somebody. I've even talked to advanced placement students and asked them, and they're actually the one that said, yeah, everybody would copy off of me. So you see, they're getting by. They're not learning. We need to change that. And that's why I'm doing what I'm going to do. See you next time.
"82 rules, baby."